Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Born ready.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house. Man, it's not August anymore, gentlemen. We can stop acting like we don't like each other and get down to just classic Game That Tune goof off. It's your boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan, say hey.
Hey.
We got David Fleming, say hey.
Hey.
And we got Jesse Moore, say hey.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm looking forward to tonight's show. It's nice to be back in the I don't know, I guess the picker's seat. I like having to have picked a game for the week. I haven't played music in a couple of weeks. It was a weird position for me to be in. I'm not actually that good at guessing the music. But if you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, hopefully you're good at guessing the music, because what we're going to do is play 3 songs from a game, hear a little bit of trivia, guess the games based on the songs, goof off, have a lot of fun. And winner at the end of the night gets to pick a theme for the next show, play some bonus tunes. The winner of our August Absurdity tournament by, just that much was King David Fleming. And by winning the tournament, not only does he get to brag and wear a crown and call himself King David, he also gets to pick the theme for tonight's show. So, David, I think you went on an old standby.
Oh my God!
For this week, where'd that come from?
Whoa, that's a new sticker.
That's regal as shit.
Oh my God, that's the best sticker.
Wow, we never clicked
Gentlemen.
that. Yeah. Anyway, David, what's the theme for this week's show?
I honestly,
We're gonna be doing this all show now.
I know that August Absurdity is over, but I just wasn't quite ready to let go. So we got one more free play.
Son of a bitch, why am I not hearing this? Oh,
I'm
whoops.
hoping there's a free play, James.
There it is. Hold on.
I think it's time to do a free play.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yes! Show me your moves.
Yes, it was time to go old school with free play jingle. So
Wow.
there you have it. Little Johnny beatbox, little Captain Falcon, little classic Game That Tune style. So free play tonight. We got 4 great games. Got a fan request in here, and I think we're gonna have a blast. So Johnny, let's jump into it, man.
We got 4 great games. We got a fan request that sucks.
Again, that's not the implication in the statement. In my stating.
Man.
Don't at him.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
Game 1.
Keto. I like it.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, that's where that one ends.
There you go.
Nice.
So hell yeah, man. Fan requests for the evening, starting everything off right. Crap, I thought I wrote down who gave us this fan request. Hold please while I credit the fan request. This one
Thanks
came
to you.
Yes. Holding.
You should put some sound effects in here.
Yeah, Johnny, help me out.
Whoops, I hit that twice.
Damn.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
HD Mario 2.
Spikes. Thank you. This one comes to us from our buddy on Twitter, the No Time for Time Travel podcast, a similarly nerdy podcast to us, at NTFTT Pod on Twitter. Thank you for the request. And this game was released in North America in 1990, published by Milton Bradley, noted board game developer, and possibly due to its lukewarm reception, was released in 1994 in Europe, self-published by its own developing company.
Hmm.
It's pretty spicy jam.
Yeah.
Would you like a additional just tag on to that previous trivia?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Probably won't help you. It's too late. But it was self-published in 1994 in Europe by its developing company, Rare Limited.
Ooh. Interesting. That doesn't change my answer at all.
Exactly.
This guarantees that my answer is wrong.
Perfect. So let's see some answers, Johnny. Wow. Johnny and Jesse both say Monopoly for the NES, which is sadly incorrect. And David wrote Asterix, which is also incorrect. No, this is a game called Captain Skyhawk
Oh, fuck yeah.
for the NES.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. I didn't know until getting this request and listening to these tunes that it was developed by Rare. So good for them.
Yeah.
Interesting game. Who here's played Captain Skyhawk?
I
Oh,
have
huge
not.
Huge fan.
Right? Right. Yeah, no, I definitely heard of this game, but had no idea what it was. And it's funny, it's a cool request. Thanks again for the request, but there's not very much music in the game. I watched a full playthrough of the game. It takes about 20 minutes to play it because it's like an arcade style like top down you're flying a fighter jet game. And yeah, you're flying a fighter jet and blasting stuff, and most of the sound is just the sound of a jet engine going. So it's just kind of a persistent. And then, like, when you get to a boss, and I think only when you defeat the boss does it play like that last song there. That's like you beat the level song, which is pretty dope. And then, yeah, it's a pretty funky looking game. Please tell me somebody's looking it up right now and being like, "Oh yes, that game."
I'm tweeting.
Yeah,
yes,
it's,
that game.
thank you. Yeah, everybody reaches for their keyboards.
The music sounds almost like a Capcom game.
Yeah,
I was kind of thrown off by the music.
Right. It's a David Wise soundtrack because it's a Rare game, and yeah, it's good tunes. There's just not very much of it. And,
I do remember seeing this in stores.
Right.
I remember seeing like the cover and being like, "Oh, that looks kind of cool, but I want this game instead."
I got to think this had like a big push in America because of the Milton Bradley thing. Like, how many games did Milton Bradley put their name on? Like, I'm not saying they were some kind of powerhouse or whatever, but like Milton Bradley, they made all the board games that I played when I was a kid, so it makes sense they want to.
I was gonna say, like, are you fucking kidding me? Milton Bradley put out a ton of games. I mean, their name was all of. Oh, you mean video games?
Video.
That's different. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Milton Bradley. When I think, games, yes, I do think Milton Bradley. When I think video games, I do not think Milton Bradley.
Not so much.
Yeah. So,
Did
the Monopoly answers made sense, but
wait, did Milton
It's funny
Bradley?
because that's what I went with for my answer.
and actually, no, motherfucking Parker Brothers made Monopoly.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Wait a minute. I don't think Milton Bradley actually made that.
Whoops.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And also,
What
like,
game did Milton Bradley do?
and follow up to every single one that we find. Is it actually good? the different Milton Bradley board games.
I mean, maybe.
No, I was thinking it's one of those companies that's like Procter and Gamble. Like, I know them as a name, but I'm not really sure what they make.
Right. Yeah,
Candyland.
Thank you. That's it. That's their fucking hit. Game of Life, Operation, a little game called Battleship.
Oh, okay.
Mousetrap.
Fuck. I can't. Actually, I used to love Mousetrap. What am I saying? Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever actually played Mousetrap. I've only set up the thing and then watched it go.
Yeah,
they
Part
did
of the fun is that you have to play a game to set up that mousetrap. Otherwise, you're just building a little thing and setting it off, and then leaving that shit for your dad to step on and get mad about.
Really, I think I only set up like the rickety staircase because I liked watching the marble go down.
I like the part where the man dives into the fucking tub or whatever. Like, anyway.
Oh yeah.
It looks like they did Hero Quest, which is actually like totally badass. I don't know if you ever played Hero Quest.
I did not, but go for it, Johnny. What is it?
It's Dungeons and Dragons, the board game. Like,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
you pick your character. You have a dungeon master-esque guy who like sets up all the monsters and traps and shit, and you go around and he like as you enter rooms, he reveals what's actually in the room, and you deal with things, and it's totally sweet. Like, at least I remember it being totally sweet.
I'm into it. For the record, Milton Bradley did publish several NES games, most notably California Games, Digger T Rock, and let us not forget their probably best game, most well-known game, Marble Madness. Yeah. So, they made some good games, or at least put their name on some good games. But yeah, this one, it's just it's weird. I mean, like I said, I'm sure this had a push in America, but it's funny it didn't do well. Can you imagine this game like coming out in 1994 in Europe and like buying that when like you're 3 years into the Super Nintendo life cycle and you get like a top-down NES shooter game? Like, how disappointing this game looks. Like, I don't know. It's I don't understand why you would delay something at that. Like,
and
why
for
would
one, like the NES wasn't popular in Europe like it was over here.
Yeah,
So
true.
like for them to release it late over there is just like no one's gonna care about that.
Yeah.
They're like, this isn't fucking Alex Kidd. Fuck this shit.
You got to say it in a European accent. Your choice.
Let's see.
I can't wait.
Boy, this shite ain't no fucking Alex Kidd. This bloody fucking cunt is all fucking, Oh, that looks fun.
I think that was. I like how that was 85 to 90% swear words. Like,
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm honestly very upset because I thought Jesse was going to do an accent. I didn't realize he was going to get his cousin from England to guest on the show right now.
You know, Lord, like Lord Palmerston Moore, everybody appearing on the show.
Lord Morrington. There we go. Lord Morrington.
We could have got that Mark guy to come on the show.
Oh God. But yeah, Captain Skyhawk, top-down shooter game, and actually every other level, it's not a top-down shooter. It becomes like a facing like a rear-facing shooter. It becomes like an NES Star Fox looking thing. You know, it's I was watching, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. You gotta like shoot down ships and stuff, but then I realized, like, wow, it really looks like you're moving around flying, and there's no scenery. It's a blue ground and a blue sky of a slightly different tint, and nothing moves except like your plane. So it's not like, wow, you're flying through the clouds, or flying through this terrain. Nope. It's just you're moving a ship and shooting things. I don't think it's a bad game, but I just don't think it's a very awesome game. I don't know. I should actually play it, I guess, before I pass judgment on it. But I don't know. It's not really our style around here. We talk about things with a lack of knowledge. Jesse, we'll ask your European cousin to be our informant on these things from now on. So whenever none of us have played the game, we're going to assume that Lord Moore has played it, and he can give his opinion on it.
This is one angry English guy who lives in England playing NES games while all his other friends are playing Master System and Mega Drive.
Yeah, and Amigas.
Fucking Amigas. ZX Spectrums and all that.
I was going to say, he's the only one who doesn't have a ZX Spectrum.
Awesome.
Can't believe I'm playing this bullshit while everyone else gets to play Fantasy World Dizzy.
Yeah, enjoy Captain Skyhawk, bitch ass. Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm glad we could get a Dizzy reference on the show at some point.
Sure. If we had more European guys on the show, we might hear these things more often, understand them. But as it stands now, Captain Skyhawk, interesting game, decent music, good request. Guys, anything else on?
Otherwise, it's shite.
Thank you, Lord, for that insight. Johnny, shall we keep it moving?
Let's.
God damn it.
Game 2.
that song.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah. I feel very fucked with.
Hmm.
All right.
So, I have two pieces of trivia.
Dose.
Do you want both of them now, one later? Does anybody not need trivia?
Let's do both now.
I don't know about need, but I want trivia.
So trivia number one, all of the music in this game is provided by a Japanese chiptune trio called YMCK. Trivia number two, the official website for this game gives a piece of incorrect information because the official website says, and I quote, "Look for favorites from classic NES titles," end quote, which is not true because two stages in this game are based around the Japanese Famicom title Devil World, which was never released on the NES.
All right.
Never.
Did it actually end?
Yes.
Yes. So who
Cool.
has some guesses?
I have a guess.
I do.
Sometimes you have answers, not guesses.
I don't go fishing, I go catching.
Bitch.
So let's see. So, John Regan says the NES Remix game for Wii U/3DS, and Jesse says Ultimate NES Remix, both of which are good guesses but incorrect. John Harrington has the win with Pictobits.
What the fuck is that game?
Technically art style Pictobits, but Pictobits.
Right, for the Nintendo DS, yes.
This was for the Nintendo DSiWare download store.
Oh, great. I'm just trying to upload or update the fucking thing to read the proper way. That's the first time I've ever typed the words DSiWare.
Yeah, we all
man.
downloaded games on DSiWare, right?
Exactly. You know me, huge fan of DSiWare that I am. Thorough Picto-bitter. Yep. Know this game.
It had a handful of really solid games, and this was one of them.
Yeah. I know of this game thanks to listening to video game music podcasts on which they've played music from this game and talked about this game. No, I never had a DSi or used the DSiWare service. Was the DSiWare service even available on non-DSis?
You can download DSiWare games on the 3DS, so it
Gotcha.
is still possible to buy and play this game, and I highly recommend it because it's like $5 and it's a lot of fun.
Johnny, get on it, man. You own a 3DS, and I bet you haven't been playing it very much.
No, not a lot. What's a DSi?
Okay, so
What's
there
in between?
was the Nintendo DS. Then they released the Nintendo DS Lite, which is the slimmed down version. Then they released the Nintendo DSi, which had more emphasis on online and a camera built in. And then they released the 3DS. The DSi is the Game Boy Micro of the Nintendo DS family.
Okay.
It's like they maybe should have just gone ahead and released the Nintendo 3DS. But, well, it's all good.
Basically, when Sega died, Nintendo had to fill the void of let's keep making the same thing over and over again and adding things to it.
Oh, yes. The DS family of systems has been, man, there's a lot of them.
And they just released a new one.
I was going to say, is that the new 2DS XL?
It's so
I
pretty.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to play it, but at the same time, I like having, I have the original shitty little Cosmo Black 3DS, with its tiny scratched up screen, but it plays things in 3D. Yeah, exactly. There's that blue 3DS.
Ambassadors, motherfucker.
Yeah, I actually wasn't an ambassador, sadly. But
I would reach for mine, but it's in the other room.
Yeah, it's all
I have
good.
my 3DS XL.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at me. Fancy.
Somebody at some point, work at a hotel, and in the lost and found, like they were cleaning it out, and there was a very oddly marked charger that they were like, "What is it? What kind of phone is this for?" I'm like, "That's a DS logo." Wait a minute, no, that's a DS Light logo. It's 2017. What the fuck is this doing here? Like, that's a strange find. I hunted high and low throughout the hotel. Never did find the actual DS itself. So, somebody somewhere has a DS Lite that they've been unable to charge for quite some time.
Damn it.
And if there's seriously, if they're still playing a DS Lite these days, they're probably really upset about it. But so Pictobits, it's a puzzle game. You're matching blocks, colorful blocks, and making 8-bit characters and things using them and hearing cool Nintendo remix music. That's the gist, right?
I'm sorry, I thought I was gonna talk about the game, but then you just jumped right in and pretty much said it. So
sorry, I was just trying to give you the gist.
No, that's it. It's a falling block puzzle game, but it all takes place on the bottom screen, and you've got 2 or 3 rows of colored blocks, and you have to use your stylus to match them. So as the blocks fall, they'll connect and then make a full set of 4 or 6, I think. And then they disappear, and they fill in colors on the top screen, which is a sprite from an old NES or Famicom game.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, did you just give the most nitpicky trivia possible?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yes, technically, it's Famicom.
It's a puzzle game released on the DSiWare download service. Trivia was kind of hard to find on this one.
Maybe, yeah. You're right.
So every stage is based on a game, and you're trying to create sprites from that game. So you're trying to make Mario, or Luigi, or Link, or Ganon, or an Excite Bike Racer, or the little dragon from Deverworld, or the Eggplant Man from Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
And every stage has a remix of that game's main song.
Right.
Because some of them, there's multiple Mario levels, there's multiple Zelda levels.
Yeah. Now it's a matching game. You're matching the colors, and it fills in the pictures based on what colors you match. Does there ever get to be a strategy element of you actually just need this color matched, so just match that one, or do you just match everything that's coming at you and
you
try and
pretty much just match everything that's coming at you? Because as they fall, if the pieces from the top, they're in solid chunks. Right. And if they get to the bottom without you matching, they just turn into the individual blocks, and that's kind of what fills your bottom layer. And if it gets filled to the top, then that's when you lose. So it's kind of like Tetris that way. Gotcha. But the goal is to kind of match them and get rid of them before they hit the bottom. So eventually, it does get to a point where it keeps sending me white and yellow, and all I need is red. Crap. But the pattern that sends to you repeats constantly. So eventually you'll get what you need.
Gotcha. Yeah, because the one I remember seeing, it had the colors of NES Link, so green, brown, whatever you want to call it, skin color, beige, and then next to him was a fucking blue Octorok, so there was blue and white too, and I remember seeing the guy fill in Link almost completely, but not being able to get very many blue and white blocks. I'm oh, that's a real dick move, puzzle. Come on now, let the man finish the puzzle. He's doing really good. I'm watching this guy swipe these little tiles around. He's a Pictobits master, but yeah. So I was just wondering if that was part of it, because I feel like that would happen, frequently in my poor playings of say Bust a Move. You accidentally connect you connect a color you don't need to the top, so it just keeps giving you that color, and you can't finish the game or whatever, or angle it right, and you just get all the wrong colors. I don't know, these color matching games, they're fun. I just wonder how much they want to dick you around and make you lose. Seems
they're
like this
fun until you fuck up.
Exactly. Until you remember that you suck at puzzle matching color games, like I do, especially ones that I haven't played for the DSiWare, or Bust a Move, which involves geometry, not my strong suit.
But I remember, because I did have a DSi, and I was looking at DSiWare games, what's coming out, and there's a whole series called Art Styles that are various puzzle games, but built around various artistic things. And it wasn't until this one came out, because they're all pretty standard, pretty minimalist. They're good games, but nothing spectacular about them. And then here came one that was like, hey, look, NES sprites. Wait, okay, now you have my attention.
Yeah.
Something that I want to see.
I would have thought that they all would have centered around NES sprites, but geez, some people just don't like making money, I guess. But yeah, so I'm just trying to think of, did you play any of the other art style games, or any of them worth playing, or is this the only one?
No, this is the only one that I played. Of all the DSiWare games, there's this one, there's Mighty Flip Champs, Mighty Milky Way, and Shantae Risky's Revenge. And those are pretty much the only ones I ever played.
Still downloadable on the 3DS, though, am I right?
Yes, and highly recommend on all of them.
Bingo, yeah.
But no, it's, like I said, it's a cheap puzzle game, it's a fun puzzle game, and it's got some really, really good remixes.
I dig that. Johnny, I command you to play it.
Okay.
Yeah. God, I love being in charge. Anything else on Picto Bits before we move on?
No.
I would say the only thing that I would say is it's got a killer soundtrack, and look forward to that soundtrack getting added to Game That Tune Radio.
Hey, now that's how you do a
Now,
promo.
what's Game That Tune Radio, David?
I'm so glad you asked, Jesse. Game That Tune Radio is our 24-hour, 7-day-a-week radio streaming service, which can be found on YouTube, that plays not just video game music, but video game music specifically from the games that we featured here on Game That Tune.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's impossible. Now, do I have to pay anything to do this, or
Jesse, I'm glad that you brought that up, because
I
this
need
is
to
the
jump
point.
through? Do I have to call somebody? Because I really don't want to have to talk to someone on the phone, because that's awful.
Jesse, we know that that's a problem for you and many other people, so we've said we're not going to make that an issue for Game That Tune Radio. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything. Don't have to call anything. You just log on to our link and enjoy it. Although, if you would like to add a little bit extra, if I'm not mistaken, we are looking at a new Patreon bonus where you can choose some of the soundtracks that get added to Game That Tune Radio. So if you check out patreon.com/GameThatTune, look at some of those tiers there. You too can contribute to Game That Tune Radio.
Now I gotta go update the Patreon, like right now. Damn it.
We're going to get such a flood of new patrons because of this radio station. Oh, it's going to be crazy. And they're all going to be like, where's my contribution tier? I want to give you guys a soundtrack to play. And John will have never updated the Patreon. So they'll all just have to pay the maximum amount. And then we'll have to mention them during every show.
And then we'll finally have the money to make all of the ridiculous movies and games that we've talked about.
Finally, man. Check out patreon.com/GameThatTune, or if you want to, just start by checking out YouTube, search for Game That Tune, and find our 24/7 live music stream, because we're going to update it with every soundtrack we use on the show. So it's just getting off the ground now, and it's fucking cool.
I think I managed to keyword it so that if you type in VGM live stream, I think we're the first live result in the search list. I think I managed to pull that off. I think.
That's impressive, because there's so many more actually watched live streams than us. So if you did that, man, great fucking job.
It could just be that if I'm logged in,
YouTube and search for that.
It could just be that if I'm logged in, it prefers to show me my own things.
God damn it, John! That's probably exactly what it is. So anyway,
before we move on, I just want to say I want to confirm. I went to YouTube.com and searched VGM live stream, and we're number 2.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. Number 2 is our natural position. So,
that's kind of awesome.
Real good. So you might say we're the shit, and we're moving on. Johnny, what do we got next?
Game 3.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
like it.
Yeah.
Yar. Sweet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's trivia time. When a Cobalt Guardian is killed, it will say, Error 37. This is the error code that players receive when attempting to play Diablo 3 during its initial launch.
Hmm. That just kind of ended.
Yeah, that happens. It's like life. Yeah.
The game of life, Milton Bradley. It just kind of ends.
That's the other clue.
That's the beauty of the game of life is you never know when it's going to end.
Oh God.
The car veers off the path and you don't get to collect any more life tiles, and real darkest timeline.
Dark. All right, you guys ready to show me what you got?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We got John. Johnny has a penis. John Harrington says Diablo 3, and David says Hearthstone. David is correct.
Oh.
So have any of you guys played Hearthstone?
I used to work with a guy who was obsessed with Hearthstone, but I have not played it. No.
It's one of those games, isn't it? It's one of those games people tend to obsess over.
It's super fun. It's free to play, so like you don't have to spend any money. I haven't spent any money, and I've had a lot of fun, and I've built some fairly competitive decks and stuff. And basically, it's like a card game with Warcraft stuff in it. So, like, if you are like familiar with Warcraft lore at all, like, there's a lot of fun stuff that is in that. Even if not, it's still, the art is great. There's cool like solo adventures where you play against these specialized computer decks, and they're like really weird and challenging, and so like you keep playing and you earn gold and you can buy packs, or you can do arena, which is like you do booster drafts and stuff, and it's really fun. It scratches my like Magic the Gathering itch, and which is good because Magic the Gathering costs a lot of money to like play it, while this costs zero. And
Now that I like.
yeah,
No buying expensive cards, but you get all the satisfaction of playing Magic.
Yeah.
Magic the
and
Gathering.
it's fun, and they constantly update it and stuff. And it's just a fun game to like, if you want to watch something but also kind of play something not too thinky, or you don't have to watch because you have to take turns to play cards. So watch some Star Trek: The Next Generation while you're playing Hearthstone. It's perfect for something like that.
Yeah. I love the level of engagement necessary for most free-to-play games. It's pretty good. Now, you said it's got Warcraft stuff in it. You talking about the movie from last year?
No, like Warcraft 2, World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3.
Don't know what those are, but I'm thinking of the hit movie Warcraft.
Yeah.
I still want to see it. You haven't seen it?
Not yet. I hear like if you're into Warcraft, it's actually fairly good.
It's okay. So as somebody who didn't know Warcraft was a thing before seeing the Warcraft movie, it was an interesting watch because man,
I've heard that like the main problem is I think because it was Duncan Jones, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
That he's like a super huge Warcraft fan, so he did everything he could to put as much as he could into the movie, which kind of makes it not great for non-fans.
Right. Yeah, it was rather impenetrable for me. I I had no idea what the fuck was going on. But it was cool looking and had orcs with big teeth. I think somebody even had a pierced tooth. It was a pretty interesting ass movie, if you ask me.
Cool.
So yeah, the card game based on that fantastic movie.
No, I don't think it has any references to the movie.
The worldwide phenomenon. It's probably pretty fun. But yeah, no, I like getting into a free to play game every now and then. I haven't played this one. Trying to think of the last one I put any significant amount of time into. Did you ever play that Pokemon like free to play board game? Pokemon Duel?
No, I didn't have it. Was that any good?
I enjoyed it a lot. You should probably look that up because you get little Pokemon statues and you have to go head to head and play board games against people.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, you can like train your statues and stuff, and you have all kinds of abilities and cards that you can play, and it's actually really cool. It was like the last free to play game I put a lot of time into, and it was really good. So, if Hearthstone scratches similar itch for Warcraft fans, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
it's super fucking popular, right?
It's they have like tournaments and stuff like sport and whatnot, which is weird because there are a lot of random elements to it. But I know a lot of people bitch about the RNGesus, fixing up the game and whatnot, because sometimes there's a lot of cards that kind of do stuff and you're not exactly sure what it's going to do, and sometimes it can help you and sometimes it can really help you, and like so, if you have a game where just every time you're playing, you just keep getting the really good random things happening, then, it's awesome. But sometimes
you're having a good game.
So there are some random elements to it, but I think that makes it kind of fun. It can give you like an edge if you're not as experienced, but you got that one card that could just turn the game, So I don't know. It's fun. All the decks like have different abilities that are fun, that a real what would you say, thematic to the deck. Like your warrior deck, he's got an ability that gives him armor, and so like all his cards have like either armor cards or hurting your monsters to make them stronger, enraging them. So it's like it feels like kind of like you're playing Warcraft. Like even like I was mentioning the solo adventures, the decks. There were a lot of like the guys you fight. They feel like the bosses in World of Warcraft, but in card game form, if that makes sense. Like their mechanics are very similar. Like you have to do this because his ability is going to do this at a certain time. So you need to be able to withstand 20 damage, And it's fascinating. It's fun. I like it. And you can play it on like your phone. You can play it on your computer. There's all sorts of ways to play it.
I was gonna say you were talking about the boss having the same mechanics. Like, so are the card plays like? Is it like random drawing? Like,
like you got
are you totally fucked against a boss if you don't have the right deck?
Like you got a 30. You build 30 card decks based on characters. So you have mage decks, druid decks, rogue decks, and so on. And so like then you have specific cards that are just for those classes. Like rogue will have like a backstab card or like equip a certain dagger. But then you have cards that all decks can use, which are just usually just monsters. And so you throw in some your class cards, you throw in your monster cards.
Word.
Then you go up against a solo adventure. And the one thing about the solo adventure is oftentimes you'll figure out like a way to cheese it. Like you're like, oh, for some reason this deck makes all my secrets for free, so I'll just make a card or a deck where I have a bunch of secrets, so I just play them for free all the time, and then I can beat the boss easy peasy. But you wouldn't want to use that deck against a human opponent because they probably have a deck that they've looked up on how to build, and it's just going to wreck your face.
Word. That makes sense. Well, cool. Yeah, I feel like I should get into this. Am I like way too late? Is it is the moment
No, expansion just popped, the Frozen Throne and stuff. So like there's all sorts of new cards and stuff. So I mean it's right in time. A lot of people are playing right now, so
awesome.
You can get in and get to work.
Yeah. I just might, man. I was gonna say I need something to play. Then I'm like, wait, no, I don't. I've got too much stuff to play. But I could maybe find some time. Sometimes I don't feel like taking the Switch to the bathroom, so maybe maybe play it on the phone. A little Hearthstone action. Well, you to go number 2 would be good. Yeah, cool. Anything else on Hearthstone, Johnny? Your favorite game of all time? Am I right?
Oh, no, I can't do a bit on this. I've never played
What
it.
deck do you like? What's your favorite deck?
Show us your deck.
I like how you started really strong, and then you could just tell as you were going down.
I like to build a solid blue deck.
Blue deck. You mean like a shaman deck or a mage deck?
Yeah, those.
When Johnny's playing Hearthstone, they call him Deckbeard. He's got so many
Deckbeard.
decks.
I am the biggest fan of Hearthstone, so long as there are no follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck yeah!
I'm really
great
I'm really into using artifact creatures and things with phasing, other magic terms that I know.
Well done,
it's
John.
actually magic, but free.
Tell us one fact about the Warcraft movie, or play the next song.
Well, he used to play Warcraft too, so
Yeah.
Come on, Johnny, I'm begging you.
They probably say glug glug at some point. I don't know.
They do say
Or zug zug. Oops.
work's done.
Yeah.
See, I was so looking forward to the tell us one fact about the Warcraft movie or play the next song. Game 4.
I'm giving him an out. He could literally say, "There's orcs," and then fucking hit game 4.
Oh,
it's not hard. You dumbass.
Game 4.
Fuck yeah, I love that song.
God,
Man.
it's a good jam, man.
That's sweet.
Pretty good, man.
Hell
Pretty
yes.
good. So, does anyone need trivia?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. You know, it's a real toss up here. So this is the first game in the series to be dated 20XX as opposed to 200X. Man, I should have just let that ride a little bit longer. I fucking love that song.
That is a really good jam.
Yeah, no, it's easily one of my favorite jams in the entire series. I've got a real soft spot for that song. So anyway, how are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah, feeling pretty good.
Feeling good? Feeling great? Feeling great, Jesse. How are you?
I think I feel okay.
Good. Let's see some answers. Hopefully we got a hat trick here. Oh man, I see Mega Man 5. And David appears to be holding up a calendar or a fucking art book or something with Mega Man 5 in it. I assume that means he's guessing Mega Man 5. Oh,
I'm
Was
sorry.
this the NES version or the Famicom version?
there you go.
Was bust out Famicom games
Let's
earlier.
be specific here. Mega Man 5. Johnny, hit that Ultra. Cool. Mega Man 5.
Yeah, I have the Mega Man art book at my desk for inspiration. So I'm like, I can reach for all Mega Man knowledge at any point.
Yes, good. So that's why I should never choose this again for your cheating art book owning ass. Man, I love Mega Man 5. Any of you guys got the same soft spot that I do for Mega Man 5?
Yeah, it's great.
I don't
It's a great game.
remember it.
So
I'm sure it was great though. The music.
Funny thing, Mega Man 5 is one of my lesser favorites of the NES Mega Man games.
Johnny, I'm gonna need David removed from the show.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's
we don't take kindly to dissenting opinions around here.
I mean, I like Mega Man 5. I like Mega Man 5 a lot, but compared to other Mega Man games, it's I don't know.
I'd say it's decidedly middle of the road. Yeah.
Well, see, because like when I think of Mega Man games, the thing that I really gravitate towards is the Robot Master weapons, and the Robot Master weapons in 5 are pretty bad.
Yeah, they do kind of suck. I had kind of forgotten that. I streamed this whole game a couple of weeks ago, and I still love it. It's a lot of fun. But I think they were, I don't know if they were running on empty or what, but like they, the Robot Master weapons aren't so hot in this one. They're not very useful outside of fighting the Robot Master that they're used against. Like, Gyro Man's attack, you shoot a fan blade that you can make go up or down. Like, that's kind of just slower Magnet Man's attack. Fucking Crystal Man, you get a barrier. Oh, you don't even get a barrier. No, Starman has the barrier. Crystal Man, you get a bouncing shot. I didn't know crystals bounced and reflected off of walls, but sure, let's go with it. Napalm Man should be theoretically really cool. You were shooting grenades, napalm grenades at things. They kind of bounce on the ground like you dropped a Nerf football and then explode.
I will give credit because Mega Man 5 has one of my favorite Robot Master weapons ever, which is the Gravity Hold, which clears the entire screen and every enemy flies off into space.
It's fucking great. I love Gravity Man. I think that's really just how my love for this game started. Like, I got this game back when it came out, and then you fucking, you go to Gravity Man stage first. I don't know. I don't even think I read Nintendo Power and it said go to Gravity Man stage. It was just like, that's Gravity Man. I'm going there. Like,
I think it's just because it's like Napalm Man. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Charge Man. I don't know about that. Gravity Man. Okay, I got to see this.
Yep, exactly. Count me in. And then you start walking on the fucking ceiling, and that was a big deal back in 1992. It's like, holy shit, I've never walked on the ceiling as Mega Man. I've done a lot of stuff in my life, but this is something else. Gravity puzzles, all right. But yeah. And yeah, that fucking weapon's great. I love when you can use it like to defeat like a really big enemy. There's those like big like pink guys that just jump on you and you hit them like 3 or 4 times and they fly off and you waste your whole gravity hold on them. It's great. Like, I don't feel like fucking with this. Wow, 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 and they're just gone.
You use up all your weapon energy, but it's so worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only time you need to not use that, ironically, is in Gyro Man's level because it defeats Gyro Man. But there's so many opportunities to use it in Gyro Man's level. Everything's floating. So it's just like, get that shit out of here. Oh, look, it's a chicken laying robot eggs. Get that shit out of here. Get it all out. Oh, I have nothing left for the boss. This was a mistake.
I'd like to take this opportunity to petition the name of the episode be Gravity Man. Get that shit out of here.
Gravity Hold, aka get that shit out of here. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's a fun game. It is easier than I remembered. I almost went with the trivia of this was the first entry in the series since the original Mega Man, in which the final boss was vulnerable to the Mega Buster. And I was thankful that that was the case, because when I was playing through it, I fucking ran out of everything and still got to beat the game. But fucking A, man. Maybe the trivia that I...
Because I want to say that the final boss in 4 is weak to the Buster, because that was the first one where you could charge it, and they made a big deal about that.
Right.
But I might be wrong. I'm not sure.
I don't remember anything about 4. I need to get back into 4 again. I remember who's 4. In it,
4
but
cool.
yeah, 4 I'm fairly indifferent to. But yeah, the final boss was such a pain in the ass. I was glad to be able to shoot him with the fucking Buster, because it moved around in such a way that my old ass couldn't even figure out what it was weak to. I think it was weak to Power Stone, but I never could land it. That's the other thing. Some of the weapons were just fucking impossible to use. Like, you literally can't hit the final boss with Charge Kick, so it couldn't be that. Even though I like Charge Kick, I think it's a dope ass thing. You get a slide with a little thunder cloud or a thunder thing on the front of it, and you get to kill people with it. I'm already sliding all over the stage. Why not be killing shit too?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like this also, though, I think it was a victim of timing, because did Mega Man X come out right before this or like right after this?
I think it was right after.
Yeah, but
I think 6 came out after Mega Man X had come out.
Right, because I was going to say, yeah, I feel like this was right around the time of Mega Man X. And, I enjoyed this one, but Mega Man X just changed the whole game and put everything to shame. So it's just,
Because I want to say it was 5, then X, then 6, and then like X2 and 7 were like a month apart.
Right. Well, actually, I stand corrected. Mega Man X came out at the end of 93, early 94. This one came out at the end of 92. So maybe my poor ass just, they came out right around the same time, because that's when I could afford them or receive them from a friend. But yeah, I feel like, Mega Man 5 and 6 had the trouble of being right around the time of Mega Man X, which was like the literal game changer. But I still love this game. The music's pretty dope. Gravity Man's theme, that's the first song, great. I think it's got one of the best openings, second song of the series.
It's the opening's incredible.
And Wave Man is right up there at towards the top of my list of like favorite Mega Man jams. Stupid bosses aside, I think the game's a lot of fun. And you get to collect Mega Man letters and get beat for the final boss castle, which I did not get a chance to do in my stream, because I forgot that you couldn't go back once you start Proto Man's castle. You cannot go back and try and get the last letter. So I totally let it go, and then just ended up spelling Mega and 5 and not Mega Man 5, and I never got to use beat, and it sucked.
This is the game that introduced beat.
Yeah. And man, that guy's handy. I need a bird to come in and do my dirty work towards the top of the stage. Like, go kill that stuff hanging off the ceiling. Thanks, Beat. Well,
because this is the game where like Beat's super useful. Because in later ones they change it where he just like grabs you if you fall into a pit. Where here he just like dive bombs everything on the screen.
Yeah, he just comes and fucking wrecks the house, man. I love it. And I'm trying to think of anything else they changed. They added the slightly useless weapon, or not weapon, but item, the super arrow, which is a very strange thing. It's like a super fast rush jet, so you can shoot it and maybe jump on it and ride it. But more accurately, you can use it to make platforms on walls to get to like a couple of 1-ups here and there in the game. And Rush, the Rush coil was different, which I always thought was weird. I like jumping on Rush's back and having a springboard shoot out of it. I think that's cool. This one, it was like his legs shoot up and then you can jump off of him at the height of his jump. And as a kid, it confused the shit out of me. So, classic Rush coil, please. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I love everything about Mega Man 5. It's a lot of fun. Trying to think of anything else. Johnny, you're the man on Mega Man 5. You watched me stream it. Tell me everything I did.
I watched most of the stream. I think you beat it. Or you got
I
close? Okay, I remember seeing you go through Proto Man's castle.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing the Proto Man clone, scene and all that.
Right. Dark Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Proto Man, because he doesn't have the scarf and his whistle sounds weird. So, imposter. You gotta watch out for those.
That's right, because the first wave of castle bosses, it's all like versions of Darkman, which are the giant like robot. Where there's one where he has tank treads. There's one where his arm is like a giant rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of bucks the trend of like kind of big sprited like castle bosses, because they're just kind of like they're almost average sized bosses, but like they're not blank man. They're just like military robots or some shit. One's got like a rotating energy shield, which is very hard to see the way it blinks on a computer monitor when you're emulating the game. So that was a pain in the ass. But yeah, it's a cool game. It's got I don't know, it's got everything I love about Mega Man. Even if the series was a little fatigued at this point, it's still pretty dope. I like it a lot.
That whole imposter that doesn't wear your scarf and plays your whistle tune all weird. That's a problem I deal with like almost every day. Like that is something that I think all of us can relate to.
There's like a guy with like a weird saxophone who like lives next door.
Somebody with a tenor sax walking around Oklahoma City wearing a scarf, and just everybody's like, "Damn, is that John? He looks all fucked up." Oh wait, no, that's Dark John.
Jake.
But So anyway, that's a life lesson. Just keep an eye out for imposters who don't wear your scarf or play your song right.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, Johnny, play the next song and play it right.
5.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. I like the Western vibe.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking lost.
Yeah.
As you hold
Both
your answer
lost.
up.
Just say after
We
2
need-
songs, holding an answer up.
Yeah.
When are we gonna have trivia?
All
Only
right.
the trivia can redeem us.
All right. So the trivia for this game is, one of the zones shares its name with the studio. Oh, damn it! One of the levels shares its name with the studio where they've been recording English voiceovers for this game series since 2010. Damn it! If I didn't say zone, it would have been okay trivia. Oh
I
well.
was really hoping for a Mario 2 trivia situation.
Nice. Oh man. All right. So I got my finger on the hat trick button. Let's see some answers. I can't even read David's that well, but I'm gonna assume everyone was from Sonic Mania, which is right. Although John, hold yours up again. You said something kind of. It looked pretty good.
Incorrect.
Sonic 2-3 Knuckles CD.
That's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So yeah, this is Sonic Mania.
Oh,
I am blown away.
is it?
What you gonna do, brother, when Sonic Mania runs wild on you?
Fucking. This is
yeah.
literally the only game I've ever pre-ordered in my entire life. I always tell people like, no, wait till it comes out, wait for the reviews. I'm like, no, fuck it, this game's gonna be awesome, and I was right.
Nice.
The only problem I've had so far is the fact that they delayed the PC release 2 weeks just to go add DRM into it. Like, that was so frustrating because I don't know about you guys, but when I log into YouTube, like, my feed is mostly Sonic videos, and so like I couldn't go onto YouTube for like 2 weeks because it was all Sonic Mania.
God,
Yeah,
it's like your Game of Thrones, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember thinking when they announced the delay for it and you were complaining about it, I was like, if I wanted to be a jerk, I could buy this game on Switch, play through it, and then just call you and say, guess what I finished?
Oh my god.
That would have been severely dickish.
Obviously, I didn't do that. But
Only made more dickish by you streaming it and tagging Johnny in it every time you started it. But David, not being a complete dick, didn't do that. So Johnny got to experience Sonic Mania finally.
Yep, I came home from work the day it came out, and I beat it that night.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
It's an old school Sonic game, so it's what, like 4 or 5 hours long? It's not like super long, right?
Yeah, I managed to, within 4 or 5 hours, beat all the levels and get all the Chaos Emeralds and get the, good ending and all that. Only with Sonic and Tails. I still have to play through with Tails and Sonic and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Tails and Knuckles and all that stuff. But,
yes,
I got the gist of it.
Let's talk Froggy.
Yeah, I fucking love the fact that there's Knuckles and Knuckles.
Oh my god,
makes
that's
me
pretty
happy.
awesome.
And the game is just filled with references on references on references. Like, there's all these little things that are, like, in the Studiopolis zone, you go into a popcorn machine, and that's a reference to an actual popcorn machine that you can play this, like, weird little Sonic game on. Wow. They have at the end of a level, Sonic does this weird little leap thing, and that's based on an unused sprite from Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
Wow.
Yeah, basically they went through like the cutting room floor and just like said, well, let's get all these things that all the hardcore fans know about for some weird reason and put them into this game.
I seem to remember watching some video and seeing a comment where in like Studiopolis zone, there's a section where like you run into a van and then it turns you into a TV signal and beams you to a different part of the level. But like the car is named Hornet because that's the car from Daytona, USA.
Sweet.
Oh wow.
Yep. Just tons of like I could talk all day on this, and I'm going to now. So
I was gonna say, knowing that you were gonna pick this, I was prepared to not speak anymore. So.
Oh man, yeah, and then in the Mirage Zone, they put in like an unreleased Badnik, that was cut from Sonic 1. And yeah, the game is great. The game is the first good Sonic game since Sonic and Knuckles. Like, I think they finally managed to top lock-on technology.
Whoa,
because that was really
heavy work.
That was the pinnacle of Sonic, was lock-on technology. It's basically a game made by fans for fans. Like, the Sega employed a team of ROM hackers to make a Sonic game.
Sonic.
What's that?
So not Sonic Team.
Yeah, not so. Fuck Sonic Team, man. Let's be honest. They have not been good for a long time.
They have not been living up to their namesake whatsoever.
Honestly,
I mean, like, the best Sonic Team games lately have been good.
No.
Not great, not outstanding. They've been, well, they're all right.
Because if they made the racing game is pretty awesome.
Oh, the racing game's great.
Sumo Digital.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Yeah, they really ought to just dissolve Sonic Team, take the guys who made Sonic Mania, call them Sonic Team now. Like, they're Sonic Team.
They should remake like Sonic Team, Sonic Team, and then promote the Sonic Mania crew to Sonic Team, and just
God, that was my other favorite part. My other favorite part of Sonic Mania was just the insane marketing that Sega did. Like, they knew who this game was for. They had that weird video like very early on where they like played. It was like the intro to Sonic Mania, but they freeze framed it on this one weird like frame of animation, and it just got all bizarre and strange, and like weird fan art appearing on screen. And I think they even dropped like a Pangus from the Sonic Saturday AM cartoon. Like, it was absolutely bananas. Or that infomercial that they made that was parodying an actual Sonic 2 ad from back in the day with the whole "it slices, it dices, it Julian's fries."
I mean, the Sonic Mania marketing team is far better than the Mighty No. 9 marketing team.
Ooh.
Wow. Why even go there?
That was
because
weird.
I'm still angry about that fucking game. That's why.
The Mighty No. 9 marketing team is the lowest hurdle to cross, and Sonic Mania blew right past that. Good God.
God, kick them when they're down, man. It's like David, going to the bathroom earlier today, and he's like, you know what? I'm still mad about Mighty No. 9, and I'm going to figure out a way to bring it up on the show.
Yeah.
And then Sonic
and it ain't coming up during Mega Man 5. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's great? When we take like legacy platformers that people love and make good versions.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
a novel concept. Yeah.
How about that?
And
Yeah.
so
Let's talk to the Freedom Planet guys and the Sonic Mania guys and see how they feel about the Mighty Number 9. I'm sure they all love it. Mighty Number 9, history will be kind to Mighty Number 9. It just
You lie like a fucking rug.
we just need to get a little further away from it. As far as possible. Yeah. When the sun burns out and this planet dies, somebody's going to be standing there like, Mighty Number 9 wasn't so bad. It beats this. Like, it beats the end of existence. Mighty Number 9. Pull quote.
Anyhow,
it's better than the
Sonic
heat death
Mania
of the
is
universe.
not Mighty Number 9. How else is Sonic Mania awesome?
Oh man, so like they I think the game is like half remixed zones from the old Sonic games and like half totally new zones. And it's
How many of the new zones are from the Mighty Number 9?
0.
John,
Okay.
I hate you. I'm trying to get on something positive.
I'm just saying, let's just talk about Sonic in
There's
all
no
the
Mighty
ways,
Number
but
9 zones.
only in the ways that it relates to the Mighty Number 9.
So, and the way they did the whole remix zone thing was pretty cool. Basically, the first act is pretty similar to how it was in the Genesis games, just expanded a whole bunch, like just way bigger, but otherwise about the same. And then in Act 2, they introduce a whole bunch of new mechanics, and it becomes basically like its own new thing. Like, so Chemical Plant Zone, Act 1 is really similar to Chemical Plant Zones Acts 1 and 2 from, the original Sonic 2. And then Act 2, they introduce all these new things where they really emphasize the use of chemicals. Like, there's some kind of goo that transforms, and you could bounce off of it and things like that, and it's really, really cool.
That did look really cool. That looked like some Portal 2 type shit. Like, you got to inject the goo and change it to colors, and then you can, like, bounce off of it and stuff. It was like, I was watching you play this. I was just so happy for you the whole time, but that did look like a lot of fun.
And I love the things Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I love how they reuse sound effects, like the bounce sound on the goo is like the bounce sound used in Sonic and Knuckles. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that sound.
I was gonna say, because isn't
So for you.
Act 2 of Green Hill Zone now in the desert for some reason?
No, it's still very much Green Hill Zone. There's a desert zone though, and that desert zone
That would have been a twist.
That desert zone.
Because I remember seeing something about when you were playing, it's like Green Hill Zone Act 2. It's like, and instead of the big ocean in the background and everything, now it's all like dried out and there's sand.
No, Green Hill Zone Act 2 is it's mountains in the background now, and that's based on there was a prototype of Sonic 1 showed at like the Tokyo Games Expo, like way back before Sonic 1 came out, and all that exists of that demo are pictures people took. Like the ROM's gone, you can't, nothing, and the background on that is way different from how it was in Sonic 1, and so in Sonic Mania Green Hill Zone Act 2, they based it off that background from that, from like the 2 pictures of this old demo.
That's impressive. Good
Yeah,
God.
and then same thing with the Mirage Saloon Zone. An early concept art not concept art, but like I guess mock-up of Sonic 2 was based in a desert level, and they never did it. And there's only one image ever of this level that was in a magazine, and they made a whole level based on that. Like it's based on this one image.
And from watching you play it, they threw Sonic the Fighter's characters into it, which is fucking dope too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pulling
the
out-
like wanted posters have like Beak the Duck or whatever.
Yeah, and eventually, I guess spoilers if you haven't played the Mirage Zone yet, but like they start jumping out of the wanted posters as like a miniature boss fight, and you have to beat like Bean the Dynamite and Bark the Polar Bear. It's like, all right, that's they're really getting obscure with this. This is fantastic.
It's so good.
So happy for you. I'm never gonna play this, but I'm so glad that you got to. Like,
I think everyone honestly should though. I think it's a great value. It's $20, and there's 2 kinds of like bonus levels. There's the bonus levels for unlocking the Chaos Emeralds, and those are sweet. They're kind of a mix of Sonic R and the Sonic CD bonus stages where you're running trying to catch a UFO.
everyone loves Sonic R.
Yeah,
It's my favorite.
it's The only
Try
way
to
in
keep
that
your
it's
feet
like
right on the ground, okay?
the only way that it's like Sonic R really is that your Sonic is like a low polygon 3D Sonic that looks like he's out of Sonic R. That's it. I promise. After that, it's
Okay,
like
that's kind of
Sonic.
The fact that they specifically went with like shitty polygon graphics.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then and even that zone, even those bonus stages, like they have the fish floating around from the Sonic 1 bonus stages, like it's just bananas. And then you can also earn these like coins or tokens, and those are done by playing the Sonic 3 style bonus stages, the blue spheres. And I really, man, like I forgot how good I am at the goddamn blue spheres because I've played them so much. Like I was getting perfects every time.
So much of the stream watching you play that was you playing blue spheres. I'm just like, what is this accomplishing right now? Like he's playing this so often. It was ridiculous.
I'm like, what? So many
and I kept
perfects.
waiting for you, like, yeah. And then it's like, you're gonna approach a Chaos Emerald. No, it's a coin. What did those coins get you?
They unlock extra features like the Knuckles mode and the sound test and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can unlock the ability to use the Sonic 3 style Insta Shield. You can unlock the Sonic CD style Super Peel Out.
Right.
Knuckles mode. I'm not sure what else there is because I haven't gotten all the coins yet. There's a few.
Yeah, I saw you going through like an options menu, and it was just like, wow. I'm sure John knows what all those different things mean, but it's like play style 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. I'm like, I don't know the difference. I'm sure there's a difference, but no.
Yeah, and then Pat in the chat is giving me shit because the easiest blue sphere stage is the one that I kept fucking up. Like, when they're too easy, they're too hard. Like, I can't do it. I need them to be hard.
You're eased into false sense of security. Like, oh, I've got this. Bling. Oh, fuck. But yeah, no, you played so much blue spheres. I'm sitting there like I really was engaged just watching you play the game because I was really happy for you to be able to play this game. But then you kept going to blue spheres. I'm like, I think I'm gonna watch something else too. I'm gonna turn something else on. See when he stops playing that damn blue sphere thing.
I'm gonna pull up a new tab and listen to when he says, "All right, we're back into the zone." Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. But yeah, it's fucking Sonic Mania, man. Again, like I said, I'm just so happy for you. I am not a Sonic fan. This game is not for me. But for you.
What would you say, John? Would you rate it a solid 7 out of 10?
I'd give it a 7 out of 5. It's really good.
Whoa.
Damn.
Off the scale, man.
Really, it's worth every penny. There's some people that are pissed about the DRM thing, but like, and I actually did write Sega a letter saying like, please don't delay games to add DRM. Like, either get them out on release day as everybody else, or just don't add the DRM. Like,
okay, John, I'm sorry, but please.
I wrote a letter.
So you wrote a letter to Sega saying like, don't do this with DRM. Please tell me that you finished it by saying, P.S. I am not a crackpot.
Oh my god, I should have.
Oh man, Johnny, you fucked up, man.
Yeah.
If you wrote a handwritten letter to Sega and didn't finish it with a joke, they didn't read it. I don't know if you noticed, but they're a weird company now.
Because really, they just took this letter, read through everything, and then said, he's a crackpot, and crumpled it up. But if you said, I am not a crackpot, well, then they would have had to listen to you.
Exactly.
Call back.
You have to explicitly state, I am not a crackpot. Then they'd bring it into the fucking like board meeting, be like, guys, listen, I've been thinking about DRM a lot lately, and this young man, he's really makes a good point. Let's stop delaying all the games we have in development. Release Streets of Rage 4.
Oh my god.
They just do it right then. You'd never see it coming. But anyway. So yeah, until Streets of Rage 4, we're just gonna have to enjoy Sonic Mania as the new high watermark of Sega getting something right. Anything else, Johnny? The floor still should be yours.
I think I about covered it as much as I can, really, without straight up giving it all away. I gotta leave a little bit for people to want to go buy it.
Exactly, and let's just not go over 2 hours. We've got we got a nice tight show here. So Johnny, How about some calculating computer?
Okay.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops.
What the heck?
Scoring complete. This game's winner is... David Fleming.
Oh, not again.
This game's
Christ.
winner is... John Harrington.
Wait.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
There's one for the editing room.
John, you really should have done yourself, just because you got Sonic Mania. But, yeah.
This game's winner
it's
is... John Regan.
Fuck yeah, dude. You won in classic Regan
Congratulations,
style.
John.
Wow. The classic 1 point victory. As in you only scored 1 point and you brought Sonic Mania.
This game's winner is...
I love this show so much.
It's this is one for the ages, man. So yeah, congrats, Johnny. Great game. Thank you for bringing Sonic Mania. And what a show. So as the unquestioned winner of the show, what do you got in mind for next week, man?
I was thinking every 26 episodes we do our redo episode. Next week would be Game of Tune 78. And so next week we should...
You were thinking that?
I was just thinking that. And so we should go back and just bring up games we've brought up before. Games that we really love and want to play more music from.
Following in the
Specifically
tradition.
Write you a blank check if you
Now-
play Sonic Mania again.
Oh man, I would love that.
So can we do,
So I would love
could I pick songs from a game that one of you guys had, or does it just have to
Yes.
be ones from mine?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
I think the second time we did this, I picked Mario Kart 8, which John had first used.
Oh yeah.
So-
No.
Yeah.
I think. Well, yeah. Once I picked Secret of Mana. I think the other time I picked something that somebody else picked. But yeah, no. It's a free reign over the list of previous games. Thanks for sticking with traditions there, Johnny. This is gonna be a good one.
Jesse, I'll coordinate with you to make sure that we don't pick all the same Sonic Mania tracks next week.
Good
Okay.
thinking. That's
You,
called
make sure to
planning
include-
ahead.
Make sure to include me in that group message.
Yes, exactly. How many songs are there in Sonic Mania? You used
Enough.
3 tonight.
Enough. that
There's at
we-
least 12 more, right?
yeah. There's 60. So we can easily all do Sonic Mania. next week.
And we're taking requests.
Please
So
request
should
Sonic
you
Mania.
want to hear songs from Sonic Mania?
It's spelled S-O-N.
Is it wrong that I hope someone requests Sonic Mania?
No, it's great.
I really do.
We just get a flood of emails in our inbox, gamethattune@gmail.com. And it's just all Sonic Mania requests with no specific songs. Just 50 messages that just say Sonic Mania. Somebody make that happen. I would love to have to stuff.
We get all these emails from all of our fans. Sonic Mania Fan 1, Sonic Mania Fan 2, Sonic Mania Fan 3.
Yeah. Subject line: Sonic Mania.
JP Regan Jr. plus Sonic 1 at gmail.com. JP Regan Jr. plus Sonic 2 at gmail.com. All the Sonic Mania fans out there. Anyway,
They're called
it's going to be a
Sonic
great
Maniacs.
show. No matter how much Sonic Mania we have on there next week, we're going to have some fun. So yeah, thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight. We had a blast. It's just back in classic Game That Tune, baby. Not taking anything seriously. That's the way we likes it. So thanks for tuning into the live show. Check us out Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Game That Tune, YouTube, search for Game That Tune, and facebook.com/Game That Tune. Check us out in podcast form. Wednesday mornings. Find us in iTunes or at gamethattune.com. We do want requests, whether they're Sonic Mania or not. You can email us at gamethattune@gmail.com or find us on Twitter. We're at GTT Pod. And we get a lot of requests. So if you want request priority, you might want to check out patreon.com/GameThatTune, where you chip a little money towards the show, and we listen to you more than we listen to other people. You know, you scratch our back, we scratch your back. And you should know that now that you make requests, you're requesting not only for Game That Tune, the show, but for Game That Tune Radio on YouTube. You know, go to our YouTube page, find our 24/7 live music stream, and you know, any songs that you request that get on the show, they're getting in the radio station. So you know, you're helping us curate fantastic video game music for the internet. So yeah, check us out. And while we're on the subject of Patreon, a special thanks to our Patreon super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger and Lance Revere. You guys are great. And yeah, you know, we'll probably play some games that you've previously requested for the show on next week's show. So yeah, you know, get back with us then. In the meantime, follow all of us on Twitter. Follow me at jgangsta187. Follow David Fleming on Twitter at
BFD Fleming.
Yep, follow Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
And follow John Regan, the unquestioned winner, you know, Mr. Mania, on Twitter at
JP Regan Jr.
Hell yeah. So, Johnny, I bet you don't have bonus tunes, do you?
I do. This is a ska cover of Gourmet Race from Kirby Superstar. It's not related at all to any of my music.
It isn't, is it? Good night, everybody.
Bad for you. Chinese sushi, please. Spanish Thai food, it's all good. Stuff it all in my mouth. Now we'll give you cash. Peanut butter, microwaving me some cattle corn. Now the TV dinners are being baked now. And burritos. Barbecue, let's potato salad. I'll eat everything. Clear up the buffets in every city in no time. Most grocery stores and posted no big marshmallow and cheese signs.
Hey, can we make a rule where Johnny doesn't get to win anymore?
Yeah, that just happened. You know, I need to rush myself to the emergency room, but before that, some copyrights. Captain Skyhawk is copyright 1990 Rare Limited and Milton Bradley Company. Art Style Picto Bits is copyright 2009 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Hearthstone is copyright 2014 Blizzard Entertainment. Mega Man 5 is copyright 1992 Capcom Company Limited. Sonic Mania is copyright 2017 Sega Games Company Limited.